there. I have a short story to read you. It is quite short, but it's meaningful, and it came from my heart earlier today when I wrote it. So, I will start the story and then continue my dialogue after. It is called The Girl. She seemed a vapor of dreams, ungettable. The way she smiles and laughs brings warmth to the sharpest of colds. Even how she moved mesmerized those around her. But most of all, her heart. Bold and gentle, soft and sturdy, adventurous and homely. My heart fell in love with hers before my head did, and it took a while to figure that out, but eventually I did. I chased this woman for years, all the while not knowing that I was doing so. She seemed always out of reach, and the times we spent together in private were too sparse and infrequent. She was a drink that enhanced the thirst the more you sipped in her inner beauty. She was neither hot nor haggard, but rather her physical appearance was a beauty in and of itself, manifested by her bright spirit. Everyone fell in love with her when they met her, making me feel like the most honorable guy in the world when her eyes happened to meet mine. And then it happened. She opened her heart to me. Out of nowhere, she became the sole focus of my life, and all of my dreams were suddenly fulfilled. Yet it was no surprise to me. After all of that wandering and searching for ways to make her mine, it was no shock then when suddenly she was. I became the luckiest and most fulfilled person in existence. I found something even greater than love. I found identity. Because, after all, that girl is me. The end. That is a short story that is, I consider, a condensed version of a longer story or novel or book of fiction that I would like to write someday. I am a writer, professionally and artistically, though I have always been too scatterbrained to ever do a medium to large length project. But I really feel like how life is going, how I am going, how my hormones, personality is going, that I will very soon lengthen that story. And as of now, the title of this story will be Jaina Hiding. Because my whole life, Jaina has been hiding inside me. She's been there. She's been the girl I've been chasing all along. When finding attraction in other women, it was more than romantic and sexual. It was more than wanting to find a partner. It was that, yes, but it was also me wanting to vicariously live life as a woman through another. And it explains why I was always friend-zoned. I was always the BFF. I was always the sensitive guy who was great for complimenting women on their dress or even going on a shopping spree with them. I've always been deep and connected on a much deeper level than most, and I was always shit at wooing and romancing a woman because I simply wanted to be a soft presence among them. Me romancing women was an expression of my feminine qualities, because when I was around women, I would act like them. I didn't know why. In fact, I thought that me acting like a woman was being romantic. That me being the good guy, the best friend, was a gateway into romance. And in the case of my wife and I, yes, it turned out to be the gateway to romance. But all of those relationships and friendships that didn't work out before, I was playing the girl getting game very wrong. But I was playing the girl being game very right. And now it all makes sense. And I don't know if you understand the concept of romancing yourself, or if it's just me. It might be my weird quirk and oddity that I see Jaina, as you see her right now, as someone who's been hiding and wanting to surface all along, but Jason never gave her the light of day. He denied her, stuffed her, hid her, but Jaina came out around other women. It's funny how that plot twist worked. And if you transition, you'll have a lot of plot twists of your own. But yes, the concept of romancing myself is a very real one. I do consider Jason and Jaina falling in love. Not a sort of sexual or romantic love, but more of like a soul bond. Jason is a guy, and Jason is inside of me. Like, just as Jaina was hiding, now Jason is. Like, Jason is not dead. Though I do say he is dead at times. Sometimes I will say that Jason died in the hospital when Jaina was born. Jason sacrificed himself for Jaina. That is also true. But aspects of Jason will always live on. So you could say he did die and I'm living on his memory, but I am, of course, the dominant figure all along in this story. And that kind of relationship with yourself is something that you get to explore and add words to. It's really fun to treat the dual gendered version of yourself as a different person. Like, I refer to Jason as if he was a different person, because that's kind of like how he relates to me. He's someone who used to take front and center the stage most of the time, and Jaina only came out in private, or she only came out around other girls. But now, like, Jaina is in control, and now Jaina gets to choose what aspects of Jason to bring along with her. Last thing I'll say before I switch off is that you shouldn't hate who you were. Jason made a lot of mistakes, and he behaved childish and foolish in many ways, but I don't hate him. I don't hate that side of me. I don't consider him like dead and unremembered, or dead and forgotten. I see him as someone with many redeeming qualities that I strive to carry on with me. It's good to have a really healthy relationship with yourself. Like, I say it a lot. I talk to myself on walks or when I'm alone at home, and it really helps me piece things together. So try it out. Talk to yourself. Maybe you'll find that you have been romancing yourself all along. That perhaps your male or female self of the past is like sort of a different character in the story than the male or female self of your present. Play with it, and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of talking to yourself of even romancing yourself. Create your own story. What happened? Did your old person die so your new person could live? Or is your old person still there, just living in a different country? Sometimes I like to say that Jason is in Botswana, helping out local villages to redeem for the mistakes he made in the past, while Jaina stayed behind to take care of what he had going on, which is his house, relationship, and job. It's fun to make your story. It just makes life more interesting, because don't let all the flashiness of life distract you. Life is boring if you live it by the rules of society. You have to make it crazy and fun. You have to make it yourself. You gotta break it in. Break in who you are. Break him or her in. This is Jazzy Jaina Jaslyn saying thank you for listening to my story. I would love to hear your response. And check out Just Jaina. the playlist linked below for more episodes. I will see you another day. Bye bye.